So basically, Em was sick this morning. I was doing my journaling downstairs, and she was like, Cam, and I was like,
I just like Cam to know every time I've been sick because I get sympathy and it's just nice.
And so I was like, what do you want? And she's pointing to the toilet. And I was like, oh, right. I did feel sorry then.
Yeah, bearing in mind I was standing at the top of the stairs with sick coming down my mouth for about 5 minutes.
But I did say, what do you want? And you didn't reply.
Yeah, because your mum was there. I don't want to say, I've been sick.
She wouldn't mind. I've been sick in front
I know,
of
but
her. She's good with that.
Yeah, but I like it when you give me sympathy.
Okay, yeah, I did give you a hug.
Yeah. See, affection's very uncommon in our household.
It's
See,
not
the lengths I have to go through to get a hug out of you.
You have to be sick.
Yeah, I have to make myself sick.
No, I hug you. I reckon I hug you like 28 times a day. I should get a little like ticker tracker, little boop when I've hugged you. Because I reckon more than 28, and a few kisses here and there. I reckon 13.
But what if I want more than a hug?
So you're getting hugs and kisses from me, babe. XOXO. Gossip girl. Go on, intro us, please. Do your thing.
No, because I had an intro in my head for
so nice.
No, for our special guest today. So can you do?
Okay, I'll intro it and you can.
Yeah.
Well, no, I feel okay. Fine. Hey guys, and welcome back.
How come you can say hi, guys, but I can't say hi?
Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Now We're Talking Baby. It's good to be back.
It is good to be back.
Thanks
for having me.
It's okay. Thank you for coming on my podcast.
No worries.
This is where I speak about my baby, and everything in between. So we're going to jump right in and speak about the Baby Expo. So we went to a Baby Expo on last Friday, which we said on the podcast last time, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was hesitant because I was like, it's going to be so boring. This is going to be not boring, but I was like, it's going to be a lot. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it.
But you came out of your shell. You took the lead with everything.
Networking, babe. I was speaking to people.
I was so impressed. Like, I was just willing to, have a little chat, try out the products, spend my own money, and then you would just taking the reins and oh, do you do collabs with anyone?
Yeah.
Any influencers?
That's the kind of daddy energy I'm going to be giving.
Yeah, but it was great. I've never seen you do that before.
It's because I'm daddy now. That's why.
Okay.
I zoned my daddy.
Yes.
But it was good though. It was a bit overwhelming. I'm not going to lie.
We were there for hours.
Didn't realise how many types of prams or brands of prams. Just make one. Just make a universal pram that everyone loves.
It is very all confusing.
It's confusing. So there was a lot of different brands. There was a lot going on, but I think very informative. I feel at least more informed now on what we need and what we don't need a little bit.
Please enlighten me. What do we need?
All of it. All of it.
No, actually, the thing is, they make you think that, but who was I speaking to? Our neighbour. I was speaking to our neighbour, Andrea. Big up, Andrea. And she said, no, don't listen to that bullshit. You just need this. Just give me the proper basics. And she was like, honestly, don't listen to what they con you into.
I don't know if it's a con. I feel like it's, you get a lot of people that, older generation will say you don't need any of this stuff, but if you would introduce that stuff when they were having a baby, they probably would have done the same.
Yeah.
It's just it's 2024 now, we've got AI. Can we speak about that thing that I like?
What? What thing? Are we still talking about babies?
Yeah. The thing. So we came back and we had a little goodie bag. I was really excited.
You're really jumping the gun here. We haven't even spoken about what things we got, and
I'm telling them now. I'm telling everyone what we got.
Oh,
so in the goodie, you can tell the rest. I'm going to tell them my favorite thing.
I know.
So
crack on.
We had a goodie bag. I was excited to have the goodie bag, so we opened it together. And in the bottom of this goodie bag, there was this big parcel, and I was like, "Oh, this looks fun." It basically is a wearable tracker for our baby. It's going to be like my Whoop, but for our baby. It tracks oxygen, humidity, temperature. It's got carne. It's like a baby monitor, but you put a little thing on their foot and it tracks everything. It's just like his dad.
I'm not so convinced. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I hate your Whoop.
Why do you hate my Whoop?
Because it's just just go off how you feel.
I go off statistics, babe.
No, that's what annoys
me. I'm a robot
me.
now.
That's what annoys me, because you could get 11 hours sleep a night, and then you'll wake up, the first thing you do is check your app, and if it said, oh, your REM was only, you know, an hour, that's it. That's your mood done for the day. It's woe is me. It's, I can't do that, babe. I can't do it right now. I've only had an hour REM sleep. Like,
to be fair, my recovery has been really bad since we've been shown to bed, which is why I said this morning, maybe I should sleep with the spirit.
Yeah, maybe you should.
For a few days, just
maybe
to see what my recovery's like.
I think you should.
But anyway, the tracker for the baby. I think it'll be good. Do you know what? We're going to test it out because I might...
No, because I tell you what, because every time the baby, you know, cries or whatever, you're going to be on the phone to your mum, and your mum's going to tell us, to go to the bloody hospital.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll take him. It's got cry notifications, so special notifications for what it's doing. But the thing is that I think it's good because if it's too hot, we probably wouldn't know that. But when he's got his tracker on, we'll know. He's hot. That's why he's crying. Because he needs a shit.
I'm pretty sure you'd know because you just feel their neck and, you know,
nope.
Something called, you know, fingertips and temperature gauge and sweat.
It's 2024, babe. Keep up.
Okay.
We're all wearing trackables now. Wearables, trackers.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like the baby expo maybe helped my little meltdown that I had last week. Because I think now I'm like, okay.
Now you have some structure.
Now I kind of know what we need to get. And I feel like, I don't know, everyone in the baby space is just so nice. That's what I say. Like the baby expo, I was saying this to you on the way home. Everyone's just very caring, up for giving advice. Because everyone knows that your first time, you don't know what you're doing. And that's expected. It's not like, you know, you go into the gym for the first time, you don't really know what you're doing. And sometimes people can be quite judgmental. It's like you're a first time parent. Everyone is willing to give you advice and to help out and tell you what you do need, what you don't need. And I think that kind of helped me a bit. Because I'm like, okay, we are just learning as we go. And that's fine. You know, we're not going to know everything, even though that's what I'm a bit like. I like to feel like I know everything. But the baby expo helped. I feel like I've got a good understanding now.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Thank you.
Speaking of experts, we've got a very special guest on this week, haven't we?
We do indeed. Very close to my heart.
Very close to your heart. And probably one of my favourite people to walk the planet, actually.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll leave you guys with that. But yeah, we've got a special, because we want to have guests on the show, and we thought, what better way to introduce the idea of guests with the best guest of all.
Exactly, the one and only.
So stay tuned for our special guest.
With pink hair.
Yeah, she has got pink hair. Yeah. There is a lettuce in front of us.
There is.
So we're looking at just a regular lettuce at the moment. That is the size of our baby. Fuck.
It is, I know.
That's big.
I know, on the app it says it's 33 centimetres this week.
Jesus.
That's pretty scary. But I mean, you know, that's got to come out, so that's great.
Here's a question. Last week we had the eggplant. Just pure veg. If you had to push one out, which one would you rather push out?
Aubergine.
Would you?
Well, yeah, it's like the shape of a log. It's
but
easier.
that will crumple. That would probably crumple. You'd probably get that out easier. That's quite malleable. Whereas eggplant, fucking hell.
What, you think the baby's head's going to crumble?
You could bash an eggplant on the table and nothing would change with the structure.
Yes, it would.
Don't think so. Bash that around a few times in your hands. That's coming out much easier. Trust me.
Okay, but I don't plan on ever giving birth to an eggplant or lettuce.
What I'm saying, if you're ever in a different time, a different world, and someone says to you, you got to give birth to one of them, I advise you to pick the lettuce.
Okay, and
that's just a bit of advice from me to you.
And so I'll take the lettuce, and you can shit out the eggplant. Yeah.
I'd rather shit out. See, we're speaking about shit again.
That's you.
I didn't mention.
You're
shit.
Making me.
We're trying not to speak about poo.
You bring out the worst in me.
And for some reason, every episode so far, we've talked about poo.
Okay, right. So app time. 25 weeks and 105 days to go.
How many days to go?
105.
Shit.
That's the size of Bubba's foot.
Wow, that's quite a big foot, isn't it?
I know. Takes after mummy.
It's about the size of my pinky, I reckon.
Your baby can feel, see, and hear. So spend some time stroking your bump and talking to your baby.
I do that. I speak to him every night, don't I?
At 25 weeks, your baby is establishing a play and nap routine and recognising your voice.
He's going to play a nap routine now?
Yeah.
Wow.
So they'll play, turning somersaults, wriggling around, and then have a little nap to recover. Oh my God. That's like what you do.
That's what I do.
They will also enjoy hearing your voice at this stage and may move around in response to it.
That's wild.
Oh my God, it's like calling a dog.
We've also, because I think we said last week, you know, they said about choosing a song. we've picked our song now, and it's my 3rd single, which is going to be coming out soon.
Oh,
And
nice.
so basically, as of last week, we found out that if you pick a certain song and you play it every day for the baby, it calms them down. And then, especially when
they're born,
when they're born, they hear that song and they recognise it from when they're inside the womb.
yeah.
So we've picked apparently we've picked my 3rd single, which is a very lovely song.
It is a lovely song.
We hear it a lot anyway because I'm working on it at the moment. So we thought, why not do that one?
Yeah.
And when you played it the other day, he was wriggling to
He
it,
did.
and then when it stopped, he stopped wriggling.
Yeah, and then you played it again.
And he wriggled again.
Yeah, he did.
He loves it.
He did. He loves it.
Yeah.
Oh, makes one of us.
Huh?
Most of the amniotic fluid is actually sterile urine right now.
What's that?
I don't know.
What's
Something to do
amniotic?
with we.
What's amniotic?
Oh, the stuff they so like everything I eat and drink, they goes into their amniotic fluid.
Oh, okay.
And then they take that in.
So he's just drinking piss.
He's just drinking piss.
What a guy.
Geezer.
What a guy. Imagine a diet of just piss. If I just started drinking my piss all the time.
I would leave you, yes.
Yeah, given. But would I'm talking my first piss is really, really hydrated, it's like clear. By the time I'm drinking like the 6th pint, will that then be not clear, or do you reckon it'll just go through the whole cycle? Like, will my 6th piss be really yellow? It's a great question, isn't it? What do you think?
There's only one way to find out.
As a little piss diet, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm going to say 2026 piss diet is a thing.
Oh, it is. No, it's not a piss diet,
What?
but there was a channel last year, like a detox thing, where a bunch of celebs went on it, and one of the things they had to do to cleanse their souls was drink their own urine. And there's a guy who's specialised in doing that and has been for so many years.
Really?
Yeah. So
Have
maybe we get him on the show.
Have you ever drunk piss before?
No. I don't even know why I had to think about that. No, I haven't.
I've drunk piss.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Not my piss. It wasn't sexual either. It's my mate's piss. Drunk a pint of it.
That's not the worst thing you've done. I know you've done worse.
Yeah, we won't speak about that. We can't speak about that. That's something we'll never speak about. If you hear that on here ever, we're done. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, no, done. Just because of my general identity.
Okay, we'll leave it there then.
Okay.
But just know, what's that say? I've got leverage on you.
You've got leverage
I've got leverage on
Okay,
you.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, moving on from piss.
Okay. Do you know what? It's so annoying. It's kind of like he's been on point this week because he knows about the dopey list now. And so you've been on your best behaviour, like best form all week.
What, you haven't?
What?
Shall I tell him about what happened with the sponge system? Okay, so...
Oh,
So...
This isn't dopey. This is just...
No, this is weird. This is what this is. I'm going to start... You start your dope list. I'm going to start a strange things that M does list. And this is on it, right? First off, M hates chili. M's arch nemesis is chili. Chili con carne, if we'll call it by its full name. Despise it, right?
Yeah,
like,
who
honestly,
doesn't?
Every time I cook it, she's like, "Oh, it fucking stinks in here." She'll leave the room. She'll go upstairs. She won't be part of it.
I know. I will lock myself upstairs and not come down because I just can't deal with it. It stinks. It's messy. He doesn't clean anything properly, and it just gets in my hair, on my clothes. And I wouldn't mind if it was like once in a blue moon. He cooks it once a week. Batch cooks it. And so not only will he be cooking for hours on end in this slow cooker as well, like, fuck, come on, just put it in a fucking pan.
It's good in a slow cooker.
So for hours he'll be cooking this thing and you think that's the end of it. It's not. Because he's batched it, the next day he gets it all back out to heat it up. The following day gets it all back out, heats it up. It's just never ending.
I've eaten chili probably for the last 3 years of my life, every day at dinner.
Yeah.
I like it. It's good for me. Beans are good for me. Anyway, M was like, she was there washing up, and she'll have this look on her face. There it is. And then she'll kind of break a smile when I'll start to take the piss because she knows she's being quite silly ridiculous. I listened to the system, and I'm here for it now. Basically, she cleaned out one of my Tupperwares. No, she saw me clean that Tupperware with the good sponge, and I was like,
the brand new.
I was like,
sponge.
didn't realise we had a good sponge. I thought sponge is a sponge. Anyway, last week we came up with a second sponge. We've got the second sponge, which was the original head from the first sponge. That's like mid-tier for like
semi-dirty
stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know what the first sponge is for, just like
the first
rubbing on your face.
No, the first main sponge is for like, because for example, okay, this is what I mean. So he will just go in, he won't even pre-rinse anything. He'll just grab the salmonella bowl or shit. Grab it. Grab my brand new sponge and just go...
I've never
all like this. And so then I go to like wash my glass, which has had water in it, and it's just stained with shit.
Chili.
And then my glass stinks of chili. Like, I don't want that. I don't deserve that.
So anyway, we've now got a third sponge, and the third sponge is for my dirty chili.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
Some chili, chicken, bad stuff. And I've got to tell you something.
I know, don't, because you're going to piss me off. I know what you did last night. I know you fucking did that.
I did it and I didn't realise.
And he lied to my face. I came in last night and he was cooking up, I don't know.
Cooking up a storm, mate.
Honestly, it fucking stunk. Sorry for swearing.
Salt and pepper chicken.
It stunk, and I could just see the salmonella growing on the sides. And I was like, oh, I have to remove myself from the situation. Went upstairs, waited till it all finished. And I come down to check.
Waited till he finished. Like I'm butchering a body.
Yeah.
Waited till it blew over.
Come down to check out the kitchen because I just know he can't clean anything. I'm like looking at all the sides, and I'm looking at the plates, and picked up the sponge, and I'm looking at it like this. And I see some food on it, and I'm like, I'm just not gonna make it, not gonna do anything. I can't get my words out. I'm not gonna say anything. And put it back down. And I just mentioned to him later on. I was like, babe, you didn't use that sponge to clean out the raw chicken, did you? Like the board. He went, no. I used this other sponge, you know, the one you told me to. I went, you sure? Yeah, you sure? He looked at me dead in the eyes. Dead in the fucking eyes, you looked at me and swore that you did. You used the second sponge. And now you're just going to tell me that you lied.
I used the first. I didn't mean to, though. I got ahead of myself. I like the first sponge. It's so much better than the others.
Get your own sponge then.
And that water's really hot. I said this last week. The water's so hot. So the sponge it's got a handle. It's premium sponge. I get why it's first. I used it. I'm sorry.
It's just not even funny. It's actually not funny. Yeah, because it's not funny. Because then I have to drink and eat off stuff that's had your raw chicken on it.
No, because the water's hot and there's fairy liquid all over it. I didn't mean to do it with the first sponge. I promise. I know the sponge system. I'm just getting used to it as well. I've lived the last 7 months from a 1 sponge tier system, and now I'm moving to a 3. So you've got to understand that I'm just getting used to the system.
So I feel like, without any further ado,
I do.
Let's introduce the one and only
Mum.
Come
on, Mum. Well, thank you for being here, Mum. It's lovely to have you on. You're our first guest.
I know. I feel very privileged.
How excited are you to be a grandmother?
Very excited.
Yeah.
First grandchild, and just so excited.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's the first grandchild in both families.
Mm-hmm.
It's
going to be spoiled.
Yes, he is going to be very spoiled.
It's going to be very spoiled, but that's okay. We're allowed
Spoiled's
to spoil.
Good. Yeah.
Not too spoiled.
No, we don't want them turning out like Cam.
Exactly.
I wasn't spoiled.
No, you weren't spoiled because you were the second. The firstborn was spoiled. Your brother was spoiled.
Oh, was he?
He was a little bit, yeah. Until you came along, then things balanced out a little bit.
I was I didn't say much, just very
boring.
chilled. Boring? Boring?
No, you were
boring.
very, very chilled.
Did I cry a lot?
No.
Because it's the thing, I want to understand what I was like.
He did. He cried all the time.
Oh,
but you were very quiet and placid, yeah.
I hope that our baby takes after me. Was I a sleeper?
Yeah, you were. And after months and months of Connell not sleeping, years, it was lovely when you came along because you were a good sleeper. But the two of you together, when I was on my own with the two of you, that nightmare, bedtimes were an absolute nightmare because you both used to have night terrors, and sometimes you'd both have them on the same night. So you'd get up, they'd both be screaming, and I can remember having to ring my mum to come round and help me at 10 o'clock one night. She was only down the road.
I think I carried on doing that till I was about 10.
Well, you still do it.
You used to sleepwalk, didn't you?
I sleepwalk, I remember Dad was saying I used to sleepwalk into the corridors, into the hallway, and just scream.
Oh my God.
And cry.
Oh no, you're such a creepy child.
And I was a sweater, wasn't I?
Oh, you still are.
Yeah, you used to smell like cabbage. Connell used to say you smell like cabbage because he used to share a bed with you, remember?
Yeah, they didn't. No one wanted to share a bed with me because
You
cabbage.
smelled like cabbage.
And I had to go. I think.
How have I pulled the short straw? Why do I have to share a bed with you?
Because I remember we had the bunk beds, and then we had a bed on the floor, double
because
thing.
I had 5 children living in the house all at the same time, obviously, because Caitlin was born, and then I had the 2 stepchildren, and you and your brother. But you boys slept on a bunk beds with a double at the bottom and a single at the top.
Yeah, no one wanted to be with me.
Nobody wants to be with you on the bottom because you smell like cabbage. Oh, God love you. You're only about 4.
Oh, speaking of.
Yeah, we got a little
Oh,
cabbage
to
here.
resemble you.
I think I still do smell like cabbage a little bit.
You do sometimes. When
Does
you've
he?
had a night terror, you do.
I hope our boy doesn't.
No,
if he does, I'll understand
me
it.
and my brothers never did. I feel like we'll be fine.
As a weird child.
So I really want to know, obviously, because, you know, it's your son and all that, and I want to know what I'm in store for. What is there? There must be some kind of, you know, horror story. Maybe not even horror, but maybe
There's not too much from when he was a baby, but it was just growing up. He was quite naughty.
if you didn't have a BB gun.
BB gun on the bus, yeah, that was a bad experience.
I got excluded for that.
You
didn't
did
I?
get excluded, and I was just ashamed.
You were not happy.
I was. You were on the school bus, and somebody had a BB gun, and you thought it would be a good idea to take it off them to try it. So you obviously bullied this poor child,
No,
whoever they were.
I didn't bully them into giving me the gun. He said, "Do you want to have a go?" And I went,
well,
"Yeah."
then you shot somebody in the leg. We're lucky the police weren't
Yeah.
involved, honestly.
Right, in all fairness, I regret it. So Nathan, I'm sorry for shooting you in the leg. It was not intentional.
You were excluded for 2 days, weren't you?
Yeah, I remember staying at home and they
And
gave me
can
work to do.
Can you remember the word I used when I spoke to you?
No.
Disappointed.
Oh, you've always did. Anything,
Classic.
Disappointed.
anything with mum, she knew because, like, you could punish me and it wouldn't really sink in. But I'm quite an emotional kid. So if I ever knew you were disappointed in me, I'd be like, shit.
Yeah.
Can I ask, were you more disappointed at that, or when Cam went streaking down your road?
Oh, jeez. Well, I think probably more disappointed in that because
And then
he was older. So one day, our landlord, knocked on the front door. I thought, well, what's he doing here? He said, I've got a serious matter to talk to you about. And I was like, oh. I can remember my mum was there, your grandma was there.
Yeah, she was.
So we sat at the table in the dining room and he said, oh, I've had an anonymous letter. Well, we all knew who'd written it. It was the man next door. Now, I'd gone somewhere. You'd had a party to celebrate the end of your GCSEs.
Yeah.
And you decided. So the landlord said there were reports of boys running up the road naked with a blow-up doll.
No, I swear he thought.
it was a
He
wig,
thought
wasn't
it was me. No, he thought it was me, which is even worse. So he said, you could lose your tenancy over this. And I was like, Jesus.
He thought you and a bunch of young lads were running around the streets naked.
Bloody crazy.
with your hairy
family.
muff out.
What it was Sam had a wig on.
Oh, yeah, it
Sam
wasn't a blow-up
Sam
doll.
had a wig on, which the neighbours must have thought was mum, because all they saw from the back was just long hair. We did this thing every now and then when we go over. So we drink a lot, like when
Streaking
I was
round the
younger,
estate,
and
that was
we'd
the
run
thing.
naked around the estate.
Oh, you're so cool.
I remember.
cool.
So the landlord came round, and I thought, "Fuck!" I thought this is probably about me. And then Mum and Grandma downstairs. Mum went Cameron Edward Holmes, full name. So that's how I knew I was in the shit. I remember it now. You're still at the bottom of the
You were
stairs.
upstairs, yeah.
You had
Hiding.
You had tears in your eyes, and you were like, "We're gonna lose the house." And I was like, "Why?" You're like, "You've been running naked around the streets."
I said, come down here now and face the consequences.
Grandma was furious. I remember
Yeah.
Grandma being
Not
like, "Why would you do it?"
surprised.
And I had to explain why I wanted to do it to Grandma. Our house was always the fun house. That was how boys always used to come over. That was
Yeah.
the fun house
I
because you
know.
were just you were good. You just let us have some fun. You knew we kind of needed it,
Yeah.
and yeah, I did push the boundaries from time to time. Yeah, I feel like I was fine up until probably I started like going out and drinking and stuff, and that's when I probably became a little bit more rebellious and
I don't remember what age that was because you always
14.
went round with girls. You were always surrounded by girls, and I used to think,
Oh, was he
Thanks.
now?
no, he was. Honestly, he had girls as friends, and I used to think, oh,
Gay.
he's gay. I did, honestly, and it wouldn't have mattered. But
Well,
I honestly thought, he's going to be
well,
gay.
there was this.
Oh, I wish you were gay.
Well, we wouldn't be here if I was, would we?
Oh, damn.
Oh, there-
Maybe.
I'd
Who knows?
I'd love you as a gay best friend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always went round with
No,
the girls. The
it-
girls all loved you, and then
No.
it's true. And then you started. Then you started to go around with all the boys. So you got your boy gang, didn't you? Which was lovely.
I can explain this, and I've told you this. What happened was there was one girl that I fancied, right? Fancied at the time. And my best way of, I thought, getting to her was just chilling with her and the girls. Then obviously I've immediately friends-zoned myself, as you would. I didn't realise that. Obviously I was only in year 7, and then I started hanging around with the boys because that plan didn't work. Got bullied a little bit for that actually because I was just hanging around with the girls. Yeah, I didn't tell you that.
You didn't tell me
no,
that,
I got bullied a little bit for it, which you know.
I'd have been
kids are
down that school if I'd known.
That's probably why I didn't tell you. And then I became a boy's boy and started drinking piss.
Something has just cropped into my mind. Come into my mind. It's got nothing to do with drinking urine. But can you remember when you ran a bath when we lived in Daffodil Lane? You ran a bath. I don't know what you did. I think you forgot about it.
Oh God, let's not bring up the bath.
We were downstairs in the dining room, and all of a sudden the ceiling started to bow. Can you remember?
I came home.
The water came through the ceiling, and there was just like this giant bubble where everything had fallen through, and we had to make a hole in it and catch the water.
Yeah, I remember that. You cried. You cried.
I probably did.
You cried. I came back from uni. So
what is wrong with you and baths? Like, what is your obsession with overfilling baths?
So Mum used to do it. Mum would. I remember because I'd have a bath in the morning. Remember that?
That's probably because you smelled like cabbage, and I couldn't send you to school smelling like that.
You used to. Mum would run me in the bath. She'd always make sure it was nice and high. But anyway, I came back from uni this one time. It was when I was in uni. So I came back from uni and I was going to see, brought my wash in.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was like, I fancy a bath because we didn't have a bath in uni. And I remember running it, and then we came and says we had dinner, and I remember thinking, shit, and just seeing all of that fall through, and it all fell onto Caitlin's bed.
It did.
Caitlin's bed was soaking.
So what we do, we have people write into us with some dilemmas, or that need some advice.
I love a good dilemma.
Yeah, you're a great agony aunt.
Yeah.
So we thought, you could help us answer this one.
Yeah, sure. Fire away.
So this is from Charlotte. So I'm about 5 months into my pregnancy, and so far it's been quite a smooth experience. My feet have started swelling, my cravings are kicking in, and the bump is well on its way. But something I'm struggling with is my sense of smell. My husband has called it my spidey senses. I can smell everything so clearly, but to the point where the smell of my husband is actually making me feel sick. I've heard about these stories.
I thought you said you've had that.
No. But I've heard about these stories. First we thought it was his aftershave, so he threw it away. Then we thought it was it was a shower gel, so we chucked them out as well. And now we've determined that it's just him.
Well, just his scent.
Just his scent. He has what I'd ordinarily describe as quite a musky smell. But now he stinks.
Oh, no.
It's a stench which I can only liken to wet dog times 100.
Oh.
And it's just too much.
Oh, no.
He's taken it all in his stride, but I'm hoping that this sorts itself out sooner rather than later because I'm missing my spooning buddy.
Oh, no.
That's actually really quite sad.
Did you?
Very funny.
It is
sad. Did you ever have that?
Your sense of smell does change. We were talking about this
We were
earlier,
talking
weren't we?
about
About how your perfume maybe doesn't smell the same. I don't know what you could do about that. That's just.
She's just going to have to chuck him out.
What?
She's just a wet dog. There's nothing worse than wet dog.
I'm glad you haven't had that with me.
Yeah, because you smell like cabbage.
Yeah,
and wouldn't that be terrible if she started saying, "Oh, you smell like cabbage"?
I
Can't
feel like
sleep
we've
with
said
you anymore.
that many times on this podcast now, and I don't want to be known as the cabbage boy.
Well, that's what it used to be called.
I don't smell.
You used to get Billy to be. I don't want to say. But
I don't know why. I don't know why you smell like cabbage.
I don't.
You didn't used to eat lots of cabbage. I can't explain it.
Wait, could I just say?
I think maybe it's an urban myth, and your brothers said you smell like cabbage, and that's kind of stuck over the years.
I think it's what's it called when you're told something enough and you start to believe it? What's that?
Yeah.
What's that theory called?
Something
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Self-fulfilling.
I think that's what's happened with cabbage. Because really off topic here, but do you remember what they did with my Pokemon cards? Do you remember this?
Oh
So,
no!
yeah.
What did they do?
Because they hated that I smelled of cabbage. I have my own. I have my own Pokemon cards. They had theirs. They fucking ripped them up into 4 and stuffed them in my pillowcase.
Oh, babe.
So when I went to bed, they were in my pillowcase.
Oh, that's so mean.
That's brilliant.
It's your sons.
I know, but I didn't know they'd done that.
No, I'm glad you weren't involved in that coup.
That's fine.
There would have been trouble if I'd known they'd done that.
My brothers used to bully me too. It's okay.
They'd be worth something.
Yeah, they might be worth something. Oh, that's really mean.
That is me.
Really,
So-
really, and that's not how you were brought up.
That's not.
Excuse
We
me,
didn't. We weren't raised to rip up Pokemon cards.
Mm.
That's not. That's not a.
Or bully other people.
No, we weren't.
You know, I
Or
know
shoot people with BB guns.
Yeah. I know you've all got your strange foibles, but you know.
Oh, Catherine, is it true that Cam is it true that Cam at Christmas once gave everyone a picture of himself signed?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah. Once he started modelling, and you've always bought funny Christmas presents, haven't you? Didn't you give everybody a?
No, but he was being dead serious, wasn't he?
I think
Yeah,
he was.
I gave one to Grandma and Granddad too.
You gave one.
They've
to
still got it. They've got it up in their house.
You gave one to Grandma. It's when Grandma was at home, sadly dying.
Yeah.
And I can remember she was really thrilled because you signed it for her.
Bless her. Yeah, I mean, I was quite poor at the time. I was in uni. I was like, well,
Yeah.
can I get
I've
it?
still got
was a
it
great.
in my living room. It's a
I
really
think
nice.
I think Gav and Chelsea.
Yeah,
did
they
too.
do. They do.
It's a really
It's a
nice
great photo. It's my very first modelling photo, and I was like, this is good shit.
He's
I'm
got an
go-
autograph. Them
I'm
all.
gonna sign it. And I gave it to everyone. Yeah, I gave everyone a box of cereal one year. Remember that with a scratch card in?
Yeah, box cereal. Didn't you
gave
buy us all pillows with your
No, I
was
bought you.
that
I
Connell?
bought you all masks with my face on it.
masks with your face on? That's
That
right,
was one
yeah.
Christmas. Oh no, it was the cereal box, and inside it was a mask of my face. So Christmas Day, everyone was wearing masks of my face. It was fucking great.
And was it you that started off wrapping Christmas presents in foil?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
Oh
it's a
my God.
great idea. I did it year before last.
It's so good because you
Fantastic.
just scrunch over. You don't
No
have to fold.
no sellotape, just
Yeah,
yeah.
That was me.
just Recycle.
I'll just let you know if you ever do that to me. I swear to
you can
God.
recycle it too. You can recycle normal wrapping paper too.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, of course you
Exactly.
can.
no, I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that for you, babe. I wouldn't do
No.
that for you.
Thank you. I also just want to bring this back a little bit because you are an expert of the children.
Oh yeah.
I just want to have some advice on giving actual birth.
Giving actual birth.
Giving
Is it-
actually the birthing of the child.
What's your top tips?
How did you go all natural?
Yeah.
You went natural for all three.
Yeah, just gas and air. with
See,
all
that's what
three.
I want. I want just gas and air.
You might want that, but you've just got to go with the flow.
Yeah,
And-
no, I'm
and
happy to
just,
do that as well.
You
Like,
know,
I'm not
don't
a
put yourself
prude.
under pressure and
No,
think, oh, I've got to have this baby without any pain relief, because you don't get any prizes for that.
no,
It
that's so
doesn't
true.
matter. We
Yeah.
talked about this yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, and
we
the
actually
one-
talked about this on the train.
We did,
and we had another little lady come and join our
she
conversation.
did, yeah, because we started talking about hypnobirthing. Because your stepmom bought me a book on that, because it is actually something I want to learn to do. And what is it again? What's hypnobirthing? It's just all about
It's when you listen to
positive affirmations.
yeah, or manifestations or mantras.
Like, you can do this. Like,
and you
this
listen
is
to
a
them.
journey.
You listen to them as you go into sleep in the
Yeah.
months leading up to the birth, and then you play that again while you're actually giving birth.
Yeah, that's what she did, didn't she? And
she
'cause
said
she
it
said
was amazing.
the
didn't
first
she?
child she had without hypnobirthing was a nightmare, and the
Yeah.
second was a dream.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try hypnobirthing. But you had a home birth, didn't you?
No, I was booked
No.
for home births with Cameron and Caitlin, his sister. But my blood pressure went up, so I ended up. They won't do that. They won't let you birth at home if you've got high blood pressure.
Oh.
But I think when I went in to have Caitlin, because I was older, I was quite bossy, and I was quite confident.
Knew what you wanted.
Yeah.
I knew what I wanted. I didn't want to lay on the bed with the monitor on me. I said, no, you monitor me while I'm wandering. I can remember a doctor came in, and I said, what are you doing here? He said, oh, I'm going to break your waters. I said, no, you're not. I said, that's the midwife's job. And he wanted to put a cannula in my hand in case I went to theatre. I said, I'm not going to theatre. I'm going to have this baby here in this room. And I had essential oils. And
See, that's so.
it was joyful. It really was. And
love
I gave birth leaning over the head of the bed, and she just shot out. It was lovely. And Ian caught her. Her dad caught her.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you catch our baby?
Yeah, I'll catch him.
What about all the blood?
Yeah, fuck it.
Cam,
What-
I had a
well, no-
nose. I had a nosebleed the other day, and Cam was gagging
Oh,
at my nosebleed.
no.
Like, how the hell are you going to deal with
It
birth?
stunk of blood.
Blood does smell.
It just
Cam, what do you think the baby's going
I'm
to come
not-
out smelling
right,
like roses?
And there's going to be poo as well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Well-
to bring it all back to poo, but
it was more of just I gagged. I did gag. I
the
was.
look in your eyes was disgust. Honestly, like, I don't know
It's
how.
because there was like it was like membrane. It was like her brain had fallen out of her
Cam,
mouth.
that's the least of your worries when I've got a baby coming out my fanny.
Yeah, but that's my baby. That's my baby. I'll catch him because I've said what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do. I'm
going to
gonna
cut
do.
the cord.
Yeah, I'll cut the cord, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna do skin on skin. First thing that baby does is touch my chest. I said that apparently that's the best thing to do. Skin on skin. I'm gonna rip my top
straight
off
away. I think
like some real. fucking man and just put the baby on my chest. What advice would you give me as a dad and us as a couple?
I think first few weeks you need time on your own, because that time is you three spent bonding as a family.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, we'll all come and say hello to the baby and make sure you're all okay, but then you need time together. And I think years ago that's what women used to do. You'd stay in the house, you'd try breastfeed if it worked.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I showed you yesterday, I've got my colostrum harvesting kit.
You have.
I do, I've got it
But
all.
don't, again, go with the flow and try and keep an open mind, because I liked breastfeeding, but I couldn't do it. So, you feel that quite hard. I felt so guilty that I couldn't do that. Yeah.
Catherine, Cam doesn't want to try my breast milk.
Ooh.
I want to cradle him and have him suck from my nipple.
Ooh.
And he says no.
What, like bitty?
Yeah, exactly like bitty.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a...
Sexual.
Do you know what she tries to do? Have I ever told you? She always tries to get me to call her mummy. And every time I always say, I've got a mum and she's in Wales.
Yeah.
I say, she's not you, she got pink hair.
Yeah.
Honestly, we spoke about it last week. She always tries to call me fucking mummy.
Yeah, but I'm going to have the last laugh because
go on.
when baby's here, you know, he's going
What
to... Cam's going to be going, go say hi to mummy or go to mummy. And I'm just going to be like, yes, that's me.
Yeah. The first few weeks, first couple of months are tough. But then you get those lovely moments. I used to love it when you'd have your bath at night and I'd get you all wrapped up in your baby grow and sit down and watch some telly with you all cutching up. And
so there's moments in that chaos that you're like, this is worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's definitely worth it. I wouldn't have done it 3 times, would I?
This is
Exactly.
true. And this is what I always think. Like, I'm obviously nervous for the pain or whatever, but if it was that bad, people wouldn't have multiple kids.
It's true.
They wouldn't. And I think when I had my first, I can remember my mum, your dad's mum, they all said, oh, it's fine, it'll be absolutely fine. And afterwards, I felt really cheated that nobody had told me that, yeah, it is bloody painful. I felt like they were just keeping the truth from me.
Yeah.
And I would have preferred it if somebody had said, it is painful, it's the pains of hell, but it'll be over soon and then you'll have your baby. And
pain is only
Hear
temporary.
that? It's the pains of hell.
That's what your nan used to
Do you
say.
hear that?
That's what
a
your
good
dad's
saying.
mum used to say. She'd say, oh, it's the pains of hell.
That's good. You've got some
But
honest...
I kind of thought she was joking. I thought it can't be that bad. But
it's not. She's not joking.
Positive pain.
It's the pains of hell.
That's the pain that's going to bring you a baby.
Yeah, and you better appreciate it.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm getting you a nice push present.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping for a ring, Catherine.
That's the very least you deserve.
Thank
Honestly.
you.
For
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a good enough comment. You sat up in your chair.
Once you've watched Em giving birth, you will be just in awe of her.
So I want to ask you, what is your favourite thing about being a mum?
Once you're a mum, you're always a mum. You will always be one of my babies, and you'll all be my babies. It doesn't matter how old you get.
How disappointed she is in you.
How disappointed I have been at you in times. But I think it's the love that you have for a child is, you don't have it for anybody else. It's just, it's a mother's love, and it's amazing. I absolutely love being a mum.
I love having you as a mum.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice. And I think as well, having been a foster carer, not everybody is as lucky to have a mum that loves them.
Yeah, we certainly
and can show that they love them, and that's really sad.
Well, it's because it's an unconditional love that you probably,
It is,
like you say,
it is unconditional.
it's like I love Em, but I'm assuming my love for our baby will be slightly different.
It'll knock you sideways. Honestly, it really, really will.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Really amazing. And you two will be lovely parents.
So we are going to be doing a segment every week where we're going to trial and taste some baby food. I just want to say, before we start, I actually used to do this with Scott Mayo and Seb Blanche, so shout out to those two. We used to go to the car park in bear in mind I was 24 5.
Oh,
So on Friday night, it's because we stopped drinking, so we're like, okay, we're going to do some wholesome stuff. So we drive to Asda.
Like eat baby food.
Yeah. So we drive to Asda and we get a different bunch of baby food and we try them in the car and we rate them out of 10. Honestly, some of them are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like some of the snacks and the crisps and the biscuits you can get.
What?
Oh.
To be fair, I buy the crisps all the time.
Yeah.
I love the crisps. Yeah.
We tried some good shit.
Well, yeah.
So I thought, right, let's bring that back. Now we're actually having a baby. There's reason for me to do it now, not just some strange 25-year-old sat in a car park.
Yeah.
So we've got some Heinz by Nature cheesy tomato pasta.
You got to do choo-choo.
Come on, choo-choo. It's a plane.
Don't do that.
Good boy. Oh, yeah.
like?
Good boy.
It's quite nice.
Can you feed me?
It's all right, isn't it?
Mac and cheese.
Tastes like mac and cheese.
Is
Go
that
on,
what
have
you
it.
had?
Yeah,
It's
have it.
okay. You'll take it. Go on.
She wasn't as nice when she fed you.
I was.
Stop.
Stop that.
No,
Oh,
eat it.
no. Eat it.
You've got to eat
That's
it.
what you say to the kids. Swallow
No,
it.
you've got to do it
Swallow
for our
it.
No, our baby's got to eat that. Oh, babe. Wow.
That's actually very nice. I like that.
I like it.
Oh, really? Did you?
Yeah.
It's too much.
I mean, I think it's the texture that throws me off because you initially taste cheese and tomato and pasta, and it's just mush. I'm going to give that 7 out of 10.
I'm going to give that 2. Thank you so much for coming on today. We've loved having you here.
It's a pleasure.
And
Really enjoyed it.
yes, we enjoyed it more. Not as much as the baby food.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was my
this.
favourite
That was
bit.
my favourite bit too. Yeah, no, thank you for coming on, Mum. It's nice that you are our first guest.
I know.
And thank you to everyone for
Spirits.
tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I hope all the kids in school are watching.
Yeah.
It will
be-
be.
To anyone
They'll be
can
really-
bullied, I am terribly sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, guys, remember, if you want us to read out your questions, if you've got anything you want advice on, or if you've got funny stories, horror stories, DM us on Instagram at Now We're Talking Baby, or email us at nwtb@jampotproductions.co.uk. Smash that in one.
You did. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
Very.
And make sure, guys, if you're not subscribed to the podcast, subscribe. It means a lot. We're going to have a lot of fun, cool, great episodes coming.
Itty bitty titty committees.
Follow the Instagram page on socials. Do all of that fun stuff. And we'll see you next week.
Now we're talking, babe.